CTV News at 6 with Hudson MACK.
Good evening. Thank you for being here. A difficult week at Victoria City Hall has come to an end. Council has had to deal with a report that shows the cost of the new Johnston Street bridge has ballooned by nearly $16 million, now close to $93 million. The city chose yesterday to stay the course, but it needs to look for money, new money. And the bridge itself might actually help. One councillor says the time has come to cash in, selling naming rights on city landmarks. CTV's Andrew Johnson reports.
If you're wondering why the city of Victoria needs to come up with some cash, you might think you're looking at it. Council spent hours yesterday trying to figure out what to do after the cost to replace the Johnston Street bridge ballooned to $93 million.
The most frustrating for all of council members is that every line item that said how this has increased was one that you couldn't disagree with, but the combination of it coming together was quite frightening.
All of those in favor?
Scary or not, the city voted to plow ahead with the design presented to the public in last year's referendum, but the bridge is only the beginning of Victoria's to-do list. Crystal Pool is on its last legs, and the fire hall won't survive an earthquake. Councillor Marianne Alto has done the math and has an idea.
I don't think we can afford not to have this conversation, given the absence of provincial dollars for projects like the bridge, given the continued offloading from the federal and provincial government of new services onto the cities. We need new money. This is one way to get it.
Next week, Alto will suggest the city consider selling naming rights to 4 major landmarks: Crystal Pool, Royal Athletic Park, the Conference Centre, and the new Johnston Street Bridge.
I believe there is a way to find a naming rights policy that will reflect the values and principles of the community.
Councillor Lisa Helps also supports the idea, but she isn't sure the public does or ever will. She asked supporters on her Facebook page what they thought and got a pretty clear response.
Everybody freaked out. What do I think about naming rights? I think it's like ethical investing. If we get the right people with the right name on the right bridge or the right pool or the right library, then maybe it's not such a bad thing after all. One of the reasons I ran for council is the city is in financial dire straits, I think.
Helps is prepared to face an onslaught of opposition, saying she was elected to lead and make hard decisions, whether they're popular or not.
Andrew Johnson joins us now live with more. Andrew, both councillors mentioned that they think there's a right way to do this. How is that? What kind of safeguards are they considering?
Well, Hudson, Marianne Alto talks about making sure a name is a good fit for Victoria and making sure city councils have several ways they can opt out of this. She also points out naming rights are temporary, so if the name of a company attached to a venue or something like the new Blue Bridge isn't working out, it won't be there forever. Lisa Helps, meantime, wants to make sure the names of multinational corporations aren't plastered all over town. She wants to keep it to Canadian companies or even local, like have the name of a local bookstore on the library. And that brings us to the lighter side of this debate, speculating about potential names, some we've heard thrown around. How about the Phillips Blue Buck Bridge, or Crown Royal Athletic Park, or even Crystal Light Pool? I have a feeling those don't meet the criteria.
Yeah, sure. The opportunities are endless, though,
yeah.
aren't they? All right, Andrew, thank you.
You're welcome.